On today's show, the guys talk about flipping the flipped classroom one more flipping time. We've got the East Initiative update, a bit from the Conrad Challenge. All of that and more up next on EduTechGuys.
EduTechGuys Radio. Radio.edutechguys.com.
The opinions expressed under the site and its programs are those of participants and not intended to and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of any specific educational entity, sponsor, company, state, or government agency.
Hello and welcome to EduTechGuys Radio. How you doing out there? I am David Henderson.
Hey, and I'm Jeff Madlock.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
man.
Going to be a great day. It's rainy today.
It has been. I don't know what it's been doing in wherever you are in the world. Yeah. I can tell you though, right here in L.A., Lower Arkansas, it has been the equivalent of monsoon season concentrated in about like 2 hours. It's been crazy.
Well, I think around the country there's some cold fronts coming through, and fall is on the way. So I've noticed that most elementary teachers have got the pumpkin spice out. So
yes,
that's when you know it's about.
So okay, so at my house, this is how we decorate for fall at my house. In fact, this happened this last weekend, and my wife's ready to change out her summer decoration in the kitchen for fall.
Right.
I don't even remember what the summer decoration is, to be perfectly honest with you. But so she tells my daughter, she says, would you go in the pantry and get our fall decoration? Singular.
Decoration.
Yes. And so my daughter goes in there and she comes out and it is this like you get it at Hobby Lobby or whatever. It's like a crafted pumpkin that I think maybe her stepsister or not stepsister, we call it like an adopted sister. She has an adopted sister had painted for her on her 40th birthday. It's painted all white and it's got a razorback on it. And so it's this pumpkin and she puts it, my wife puts it in the middle of in the island in the kitchen. And that is our fall decoration.
See, that's some kind of, mine is I take the cinnamon shaker out of the cabinet and just leave it on the cabinet.
Oh, there you go. Just open it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've learned that you can use cinnamon in a lot of areas, like in my coffee and my tea, my oatmeal. I can sprinkle it on a candle. I can, put it around the house, in the couch cushions, and the whole place smells fallish.
There you go.
Sprinkle.
Why is cinnamon fall?
Little dab behind the ears,
There you go.
Nothing turns on a scarecrow like a little cinnamon behind your ears. So, hey, listen, you can check us out on the web at www.edutechguys.com. Don't judge us. You'll fall for us. Anyway, hey, check us out on social media, twitter.com/EduTechGuys. Just go to Google, type in EduTechGuys, and I promise you're going to find us out there.
I see what you did there.
Like that one?
Fall for us. That was good. that was good.
What song is that? I fall for you.
I fall for you?
I fall for you?
Is that what it is? I fall.
I don't know. Boy.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're getting old.
We are. That's like an 80s breakdancing song,
I think. Just going, you're getting older by the second.
Yes. Nothing like that beautiful dead air that you got.
Yeah,
that's going to bug the crap out of me.
You got to look that one up, aren't you?
I am.
Hey, Dave and I were talking earlier, and we were talking about he had read a statistic online that said, what was it? Give me a gist of what it said pretty much.
The synopsis was basically that according to a new study, survey, whatever, 85% of underserved students have access to, quote, only one device. And I read this, okay, it used to be underserved students had access to no devices, right? That was the issue. They were being underserved.
Right.
They did not have access. You were talking, we're talking about, inequity and access and et cetera, et cetera. So now the complaint, as it were, is that they only have access to one device now. So it's not that they can't get it at all, but it's just, they only have one. I'm just like, okay, really? I mean, really?
Don't you need one for each hand?
Oh, is that? Oh, maybe that's what it is.
I don't know. But it's interesting. I mean, that's just. And it's funny that's an interesting number. But I've noticed something, and a lot of school districts have plenty of devices to go one-to-one. And it's interesting how some do it. Some check them out to the kids, and those take them home, and those are like a book. This is your device, and you take it home, and you keep up with it, and keep it charged, and bring it every day.
Right.
And they do their work on it. A lot of schools, districts, and schools, they have them by class. And so, especially with Chromebooks, you can just pick a Chromebook up and log into it.
Sure.
Put it back in the slot when you leave, go to your next class and do the same thing there. It doesn't really matter.
Right, exactly.
Your profile follows you because it's Google. So
right.
Or Microsoft Office 365, whatever, whatever you're using there. But what I'm finding there is that a lot of teachers are sticking to that as it still being a special case usage.
Right.
Like, like it was 20 years ago where, this week on Thursdays, we're going to the computer lab for 45 minutes,
Right.
And every kid's like, yes, so it's like, computer lab this week, Thursday, computer lab. Right. So they get really excited, and we're still kind of doing that thing. And because I do hear a lot that the kids say, well, we're not allowed to get on them, or we can only get on them at this time. And I'm just spitballing here, just talking out loud, thinking out loud, talking in my mind between my ears.
There's a lot of space in there.
There's a lot of voices in my head. So but maybe that's that kind of neat flip thing we're talking about now. So when we were kids, recess, art, language, SRAs. Remember when you had those little special things you did, and those were like really, okay, we only do these like once or twice a week. We do them at this time in the classroom, and they were real exciting to us.
Yeah.
And we looked forward to it. And when it came around, all the kids were like, let's jump into it, So maybe that's where we are. I see technology. It's the same way that we all use technology, just like a teacher does. The first thing most people do is check their email and look at their schedule and see what's going on. And I believe that's where a lot of classrooms are like this. And admittedly, a lot of schools are like this. But, the kids come in and they check their Google Classroom and they get their stuff together and they start their writing assignments and they finish up that Buncee, or they finish up, they work in Nearpod, or they, Kahoot, or whatever they're doing.
Right.
They get these quizzes done. They take this, they do that, they get all their stuff working. Maybe if that becomes a thing where, hey, today kids, we're doing art, and I saw a great one on Instagram where they turn the tables over, and I'll find out who that is, and I'll definitely give her a shout out. We liked it, by the way. We liked it on Instagram as the EduTechGuys. But so they turn over the tables.
I'm like, wee-hoo.
Yeah. So they turn over the tables, and they take the legs and they wrap them in cellophane. And then they take finger paints and they paint on the cellophane, working on their letters and their numbers and things like that.
So the cellophane is wrapped around the legs? No, the cellophane wraps like from leg to leg.
From leg to leg to leg. So it's like one big canvas.
Yeah, like a clear canvas.
Yeah, it's a clear canvas.
Yeah.
And the kids get to
I should have looked at that before I liked it.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, by the way, no, never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
But really interesting stuff. And the kids and the teacher that was doing it said, my kids just look forward to this so much.
Sure.
Because it's one of those special things, like Computer Lab was. And not that I'm saying we should trivialize the use of technology, but we should help them integrate it into their everyday lives. So I wonder if that would get us to the point where it was they didn't want to stay on it so much. I know that sounds interesting, but when you get to a point where you do something a lot, you go, I'm tired of doing this. I have to do this, so I do it when I have to do it. But then the rest of the time, I'm going to go outside and play on the swings, or I'm going to do art, or I'm going to do language, or play an instrument, or there's so many other things. Today's Lego day. We're building. Or, today, we're actually doing worksheets with crayons, and we're doing worksheets, and we only do that once or twice a week for 45 minutes here, or something like that.
Yeah.
Where we're flipping, this concept of the classroom again.
Well, the general, or not general, but there's a kind of a saying that goes around every now and then. You see it come up, and it's the best way to kill a student's interest and excitement about something is to make it required for a grade. I mean, that is so true, right? So
that's how I feel about taxes. I'm completely understand.
But I mean, students. Used to, generally speaking, students used to love to read, right? And then all of a sudden we come up with programs that require them to read for a grade or 4 points or whatever. And now that it's required, or they have to do it to achieve this certain point level in order to do whatever comes next, then I don't really feel like I don't like reading anymore, because now I have to do it. Before I enjoyed it, and in a weird sort of way, I could see where that same thing could happen with technology, right? If it's so ingrained, so part of life, whether in the school, in the classroom, out of the classroom, the students go, yeah, okay, I do this all the time. I don't, oh wait, we're going to flip the tables and paint, and I can paint on my quote unquote clear canvas, so I can actually still see the rest of the class. I'm not even hidden behind a canvas.
Yeah.
I think that's very cool.
It was a really cool article.
I do think that you hit on a very good point in that, it seems kind of funny that we're kind of flipping back again. We flipped away from that and now we're flipping back towards it. I don't know. To me, it's a lot like brushing your teeth. Every few years they tell you should go in circles, and then they're like, no, you should go back and forth. Oh, no, you should go back in circles again. I mean, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was good for a while, but now you've got straight line indentations.
Right? Yes,
so
exactly. So we're going to change this. Really, no reason other than we're just going to make you do something different.
Well, it was just when we were talking about it was making me think. And I don't know if it's a great topic for the show today. You're stuck with us either way you look at it.
That's right.
Huh? So but it was something on my brain, and I would love to know how teachers are structuring their class depending on the way they get to use the technology in their class.
Yeah.
And what they in the way they use analog teaching. I don't know what else to call it. Traditional. Yeah. So I don't know. That's a really interesting one. What's great is we're painting on the cellophane wrapped canvases. We're still going to take pictures of it. We can still video it. We can still do a blog or a vlog or a podcast on it.
Right, absolutely.
And talk about it and, use Bunsey to make some really great presentations with it or that's really interesting. But that idea of getting our hands dirty again and maybe flipping it to where, that's what they look forward to and they don't realize that they're learning at the same time.
Oh, sure.
Like we're doing worksheets today. We don't ever get to use crayons.
Right.
And we're doing worksheets and I'm, outlining, I'm drawing my letters and my numbers and, things like that. And it makes them excited again.
Yeah.
I wonder if books will ever get to that point where when you bring a book into class, it gets to go, what's that? This is, we call this a book.
Well,
we're going to turn the pages. Think about it.
Oh, well, and if I think if ebooks had gone where a lot of people thought ebooks were going to go and take over everything, I think that's exactly where it would have been. We would have, whatever, teachers, parents, whoever would have come in with this, what is this thing that you have to open? It's kind of like that video. Have you ever seen the video of the guy who he uses a book for the first time and it's showing like, you got to flip the page here and how do I make it go? He's like, no, you have to manually, turn the page, so
I think it could. Yep, it's interesting that
I don't know. That gets into the much larger argument of will physically printed media actually ever go away?
Well, that's a whole nother 17 shows.
It is.
So that's not happening here today. But no, it was just it was on our brain. We thought we'd talk about it a minute, and it just sounded like a good show to us. We'd love to know what you think about it. So reach out to us on Twitter to send us a direct message. That's at EduTechGuys, or just drop us an email at contact@edutechguys.com.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, listen, we're going to take a quick announcement about the Conrad Challenge.
Yeah.
And then we're going to drop into an East Initiative update, and we'll be back after those.
EduTechGuys is proud to be a media partner for the Conrad Challenge, which promotes collaborative, student-centered, real-world relevant learning that fosters innovation and entrepreneurship, unleashing students' potential to create future-defining solutions and a sustainable society for generations to come. The Conrad Challenge focuses on 6 challenge categories for the 2018-2019 Conrad Challenge, and those are aerospace and aviation, cyber technology and security, energy and environment, health and nutrition. There's a special category, Smoke-Free World, sponsored by the Foundation for a Smoke-Free World, and another special category, Transforming Education Through Technology, sponsored by Smart Technologies. The Conrad Challenge is inspired by the rich legacy of Apollo 12 astronaut Pete Conrad. For more information, visit the Conrad Challenge at conradchallenge.org. You can also follow them on Twitter at Conrad Challenge. Registration is open for teams. Deadline is October 19th, 2018. The finals will take place April 24th through the 27th, 2019 at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. ConradChallenge.org and EduTechGuys. Collaborate, educate, innovate.
Hi there, I'm Jerry Prince with this week's East Update. Several of our East programs have greenhouses or farm-type environments. North Little Rock Middle School has a farm that is overseen by East facilitator KJ Kite. She opens our conversation today by looking at the experiences which give opportunity for growing together along with her students.
I think though, once you experience any kind of growth with a kid and you let that kid know that you're human, I think that is one of the biggest things that my kids, they think I'm superhuman, but it's an experience that you've had with them that you cannot duplicate. And you can't help but show your true emotions.
J.A. Fair of the Little Rock School District has started a produce farm, utilizing open land around the school, which gives students not in a rural environment opportunities to learn in ways not otherwise available to them. And as J.A. Fair East student Jillian expresses, an opportunity to also make a difference.
In our lives, we're told, you can make a difference. But this is an opportunity that we can physically go out, put down our phones, and do something for someone other than myself. Because, we're not playing in dirt. We're not raising a plant. We're raising our awareness of ourselves, that we can be more than just self-providers. We can provide for people, the community that, in a way, provided for us.
J.A. Fair East facilitator Dennis Troutman talks about the impact of their playing in the dirt. One of the outcomes that is visible is attendance.
It's about 18% higher than any other teacher in the school. And I'm not talking about the good kids. These aren't, some of them are AP, but these kids are regular kids with issues and challenges. Probably 15% of our kids are foster kids. We have some very challenged kids at Fair, but they are great and loving. Once they trust you, they love you. And then the parents, once the parents can trust you, it's even better.
Special thanks this week to facilitators KJ Kite from North Little Rock Middle School and Dennis Troutman from J.A. Fair of Little Rock, and also J.A. Fair student Jillian for sharing their experiences that result from working in an experience-based environment. Our composer this week, another one from the archives, Trinity, from when she was at Martin Luther King Elementary in Little Rock with The Matrix. If you'd like to know more about the East Initiative, visit eastinitiative.org or search for East Initiative on social media. With the East Update, I'm Jerry Prince.
Hey, thank you so much to Jerry and the folks over at East Initiative Update for providing us an update talking about the greenhouses that some Arkansas schools have. Very cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. And the East is always on the cutting edge when it comes to STEAM, STEM, and hands-on and getting all that taken care of.
I guess in a way that's like a double meaning for STEM because it's in a greenhouse. Cricket. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
I'm just picking on you.
Tip the waitress. Try the veal.
Hey, listen, I want to thank David for also reading through the Conrad Challenge. The Conrad Challenge is coming up, and we're excited to be a media partner with them and looking forward to all the excitement that's coming in the spring with them.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, before the spring, we've actually got a couple of things that we've got going on here this fall and winter. We're going to be, at TCCA down in Houston. That is really just in a couple of weeks here.
And the Thursday before, we're at the ARCHOT in the Arkansas Conference on Technology in Little Rock. So we're on the road there. And what's coming up in November?
And then at the end of November, we've got the AESA conference, and that is in Colorado Springs.
So we'll be in your neck of the woods up there.
Nothing like being in Colorado Springs at the end of November, early December.
Holy smokes. Better get my galoshes out.
Yes, you better. And your parka.
My parka and my galoshes. Park the car in the barn. Get my parka, my parka and my galoshes out. Cool. Hey, listen, I've got him laughing now. So what a better way to end the show. Hey, I'm Jeff Madlock.
I'm David Henderson.
We'll catch you next time.
You've been listening to EduTechGuys Radio, radio.edutechguys.com.
The opinions expressed on the site and its programs are those of participants and not intended to and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of any specific educational entity, sponsor, company, state, or government agency.